let's queer up politics. DeSantis accused of homophobia by conservatives after releasing anti-Trump video. A prominent group that represents LGBTQ+ conservatives, known as the Log Cabin Republicans, says a video showed by Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign that slams rival Donald Trump for his past support of gay and transgender people ventured into homophobic territory. The DeSantis War Room Twitter account shared the video last week that features footage of Trump at the Republican National Convention in 2016, saying he would do everything to protect our LGBTQ+ citizens. The video also highlights LGBTQ for Trump t-shirts sold by the president's campaign and his past comments saying he would be comfortable with Caitlyn Jenner, the former Olympic decathlete who came out as a transgender woman in 2015, using any bathroom at Trump Tower, and okay with transgender women competing one day in the Miss Universe pageant, which Trump owned at the time of those remarks. The video then suddenly veers in a different direction, accompanied by dark, thumping music and images of DeSantis promoting headlines of DeSantis signing the most extreme anti-trans laws in modern history. The Log Cabin Republicans' Twitter account posted a message criticizing the video, saying young voters and swing states might alienate him after the campaign. The post said the rhetoric, quote, has just ventured into homophobic territory.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens.
If Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses.
That is correct.
In the future, can transgender women compete in Miss Universe?
Yes.
Make America great again.
Psych!
Anything more horrifying.
It really has shut down drag.
Just produced some of the harshest, most draconian laws that literally threaten trans existence.
Congratulations, Ron DeSantis. Mission accomplished. You win.
Well, you know it's bad when the rotting from the inside log cabin syrup Republicans have their boxer briefs in a twist. Bless your hearts for noticing that DeSantis, quote, ventured into homophobic territory, end quote. Wake up, seriously, log cabin Republicans.
This video was freaking awful.
Terrifying.
Like, it was awful. Like, I had to close my eyes halfway through. DeSantis is an awful, horrible turd, and he literally just put everything on video, you know? I mean, there are no words to express how much we hate Trump, right? And Trump kind of opened the door for all this, right? But DeSantis walked right through and kept on going, you know? And so it's like, who's the lesser of both evils? You know, he starts off by saying, oh yeah, Trump said that he was supporting all of you, but I'm really breaking all the rules, and I'm the one that's banning LGBTQ+, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. But I'm confused. I'm really like taken aback by this video. It was just freaking horrible.
Well, the thing is, we already know. We've all known the Trump clip. We all know it was complete BS. We all know that DeSantis is running his on a race and gay baiting campaign. Mm-hmm. The thing that I want to take away from this is the log cabin's response. And I just want to come right out and say off the top, log cabin Republicans are fuckboys. They do nothing for our community but tear us down. Here's part of what they said in their response. Ron DeSantis and his team can't tell the difference between common sense gays and the radical left gays. He sadly sees them all the same. And the national president said, you could have gone after radical queers, Ron DeSantis, but instead you went after the ones who win the GOP votes and get Republicans elected. Oof. Okay, they didn't just, they said, okay, no, this is bad. But then they said, no, don't look at these gays. They directed their anger at they said, no, these are the gays you need to go after. I mean,
because they're traitors. They're traitors.
God, these people are terrible, awful people. Do not be seduced by their, oh, well, we're for fiscal and, you know, we don't like all their radical trans stuff or whatever. No, these people are bad. They are bad for every single person in this community. If you know someone, unfriend them, send them a text telling them they are blocked. These people are not worth our time, oxygen, or spit.
Well, as the late Harry Hay would say, they're homosexuals, they're not gay.
I have a slightly different view, and the reason I have a slightly different view is our surveys do indicate that approximately 27% of our community voted for Donald Trump in 2016. And from my seat, we have I hear loud and clear.
Wow.
But we have an obligation to at least try to continue to get them to the table to explain their point of view. It may be unexplainable, but at least I am still committed, and over the next 17 months to be able to do that. One of the things that I do want to say about the video is your observation to me, Faye, is really interesting, and I want to close my eyes and I want to stop. It is so disturbing. Don't you wonder when you're watching this video, I've said this 1,000 times, my litmus test is to remove queer and insert other marginalized
Black,
groups.
insert it.
And what would happen? Now, I could very much imagine if there was social media, like a Facebook, Twitter, where this posted, if it existed in 1958, this would be Governor George Wallace of Alabama's strategy to run a commercial for his election to run for president of the United States against the black community. And it largely would be successful against for the base that he's pitching for.
Wow.
So as a result, you can replace this video with George Wallace in 1958 and I think come to the exact same conclusion, which is why I think you reacted the way you do. Well, let's take it even an escalation greater step. Can you imagine if there was Facebook and Twitter in 1938 and the Socialist Party in Germany, led by Adolf Hitler, ran a commercial like this in an election cycle against Jews?
Wow.
The base in Germany would eat a commercial like that up completely.
Well, yeah, he did have...
Just like what we just watched. Yeah. So as a result, the strategy is exactly the same. Hate strategy, he's not creating a new strategy. He's just repeating the strategy of some of the most horrific people that we've watched in history over the last 100 years. The one other thing that I would say that I think is really important about this, clearly, I talk about the governor over and over and over and over and over and over again, but there's a reason why. I have to argue with people at Queer News Tonight and publicly in different events that we do, et cetera, and so on, that Ron DeSantis is no friend of the LGBT or other marginalized community, Black, women's choice, Jew, Hispanic, immigrant, etc. And the argument is, no, these laws are not homophobic. They're not aimed at the community. They're deciding. The reason why he did the news conference yesterday with his daughter, he basically had her in a headlock in the photo op of the speech that he was doing in, I believe, New Hampshire. And the reason is because he's trying to sell, see what a good father I am by headlocking my daughter right with me on the stage. And she can't breathe and she's waving her arms. She can't breathe. But he's doing that to sell a message of parental rights. Protect children, protect children. He's taking an old page out of an old playbook. Okay, he can do that. But I think the most important thing about this commercial is please do not confuse for one moment that he has any empathy for the LGBTQ community at all. If he could destroy us and wave a wand to do it, we would all be gone tomorrow. That's what you learned in that video. Don't kid yourself on any other conclusion. We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out television network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.